Some breaking news this morning, just days after a devastating drone attack on Russian military planes. Ukraine is reporting a successful strike on a vital bridge that links Russia and Crimea. Joining us now from Kyiv is Scripps News international correspondent Jason Bellini. And Jason, what do we now know?
Hi, Holly. Well, this is pretty major. Another attack on Russia's Crimea bridge, and this is called the Kerch Bridge. And according to Ukraine, this was months in the making. Ukraine Security Service says it carried out a special operation to strike the bridge, and this time from below. They say that at exactly 4:44 a.m. this morning, they detonated a massive underwater explosive, more than 2,400 pounds of explosives, targeting one of the support pillars to this bridge. And there were no civilian casualties reported, but the damage to the structure is believed to be severe. This hasn't been independently verified. We haven't heard from the Russians yet to know this, but this is what the Ukrainians are saying about this operation. Keep in mind, this bridge is a vital lifeline for Russia. It's a source of pride to President Putin. It links the mainland of Russia to the occupied peninsula of Crimea. It's been this critical route for moving troops and supplies. Ukrainian officials say that the attack took them months to plan, and it involved mining underwater piers. They're calling it a legitimate target and a blow against what they see as the illegal occupation of Crimea. And as we know, this isn't the first time that this bridge was hit, most notably in 2022. Dramatic visuals from that, when a massive truck bomb caused part of it to collapse. That was a stunning strike that shook the Kremlin, disrupted its war efforts, took many months for them to repair it. This new operation, carried out in silence, underwater, is being framed as another reminder that Ukraine security services are thinking a long game and hitting where it hurts. Sorry, you're just hearing the air alert notification saying that the air alert that was just happening before, these are very frequent, that air alert was has been suspended. We've been hearing them all morning. Holly?
Jason, do we know, has Russia responded? Anything from the Putin government? Have we heard anything at all about this attack?
Nothing yet, and the fear here in Kyiv is that what we'll be hearing, that the response is going to be coming in the form of an attack on Kyiv using what they typically do, the Shahed drones in massive amounts, and they have plenty of those still. They're producing them literally by the hundreds every week. So the Ukrainians have been pretty good at shooting those down, and then missile attacks. Now, we talked yesterday about this actually more than months, we're talking about a year and a half in the making plan for them to attack with drones, for Ukraine to attack with drones, Russian planes, and doing that deep inside Russia. These are the planes that were used by Russia to launch cruise missiles at Ukraine. So they may have diminished ability right now to fire cruise missiles at Ukrainian targets. We don't know right now, but I can tell you the atmosphere here in Kyiv is celebratory. It was certainly that yesterday after hearing about this successful attack on Russians' planes, causing billions of dollars in damage, but there's also fear. They know that there's going to be a response of some kind from the Russians.
And Jason, you were talking about those air raid warnings, and tell us where you are right now. I mean, we see the buildings behind you, and is there a concern where you are, and especially for your safety and the crew's safety? Are you on the lookout? Is everybody on alert? What's happening there on the ground, expecting perhaps a response from Russia?
I appreciate you asking, and we play it safe. The area that we're in, we understand to be, and it's widely understood to be, under heavy protection, under some of the best protection that Ukraine has for this city. The Patriot missile batteries that successfully knock out of the sky missiles that have been aimed at this sector because there are government buildings around this area. That said, when we hear an air raid alert, that means generally be cautious, be aware. If you start hearing anti-aircraft fire. That means that and you can actually hear drones. If they're coming, if the Russians are sending shadow drones, you'll hear the propeller of that. And what you should do, and what I will do, if I hear that or I hear anti-aircraft fire, I'm going to go inside. You can continue with my audio, but I need to go inside. Also, I'll need to close the windows for not just safety of myself, but also because they're very strict here about showing on live television an attack that's underway, because they know that the Russians could potentially be watching and be using some of these buildings behind me to triangulate and to try to figure out where the anti-aircraft batteries are, where the anti-drone batteries are located in the city. That's something that they take very seriously, and part of what we're required as journalists, is one of the things we have to sign on to, is that you need to not show in real time what's happening when Ukraine is responding to a Russian attack. Right now, it's all quiet. It's a beautiful day here in Kyiv, and I do still see people out wandering around. They're out in front of the church, as they typically are. But there's a keen awareness that Russia could be attacking at any time with whatever they've got.
Oh, Jason, thank you for that sort of peek behind the curtain. It's interesting information, and we're glad that you all are staying safe. Thank you so much. As always, Scripps News international correspondent Jason Bellini back in Kyiv for us.